So today I'll be going over some of the alternatives to Discord. Now, Discord claims to only be a replacement for things like Skype and Teamspeak, but I think I've made it clear in the previous video that Discord replaces far more than just those two programs. Usually when people talk about Discord alternatives, they miss the point of Discord as a voice-first communication system, and will focus instead on mixed media chat services like Matrix or Telegram. I will talk about those two later on, but I want to first focus on voice chat programs. I also want to make it clear that you should in general be avoiding Discord-like platforms that consolidate public and private communication systems into one place, or at least avoid using software in that manner. Recently, there's been a few direct clones of Discord, such as Gilded, Foscord, and Revolt. Almost everything said about Discord can be applied to these, and I would avoid them just as much, if not more, than Discord. Even the open source alternatives carry over a lot of the issues from Discord. If you must use one of these clones, at least make sure you're self-hosting and do a lot of research on how they work beforehand. So for voice-focused programs, there really aren't that many good options anymore. Teamspeak 3 is my choice for the vast majority of voice chat. I even do my personal, one-on-one, non-group communication mostly via Teamspeak. I strongly believe TS3 has the best voice activation detection out of any other voice chat software. For communities and groups, Discord might as well be a bootleg version of TS, which has way more control and features for groups like logging, privilege levels, per-channel audio codec settings, including stereo music codecs, encrypted voice, custom server-wide groups, and a whole lot more. Client features are good as well, lots of audio options, themes, and extensions. Not all is good with Teamspeak though. First of all, the installer comes with the optional Overwolf, which is basically spyware, don't install it, and also try to avoid using the My Teamspeak service as well. Updates to the server software have been locking out older client versions. This creates forced obsolescence on some older hardware that might not be supported by new client versions. The company behind Teamspeak has been alleged to have a backdoor into their server software. And speaking of server software, a Teamspeak 3 server is slightly more annoying to set up than others due to its SQL requirement and strange manual config changes that are needed to accept the license. There is also the upcoming Teamspeak 5, aka just Teamspeak, which is a disgusting Vue.js modern UI that tries to make Teamspeak 3 into a Discord-like mixed media chat client and heavily relies on the My Teamspeak service. I would suggest avoiding this when it's finally available. Mumble is without a doubt the best all-around choice for small group voice communications. Mumble is fully encrypted and completely open source. Mumble even shares a lot of the same features that Teamspeak has, but there are a few things unique to Mumble, such as chat text-to-speech, and the ability to fine-tune your audio compression settings. Mumble isn't without its faults. Mumble is actually less configurable than Teamspeak 3. A lot of audio settings that should be easily accessible are hidden behind setup wizards. Audio processing related things like background noise cancellation might not be as good as on other software. The new versions of Mumble come default with these disgusting new Linux flat icons. Thank God you can change those. In fact, you can technically change any aspect of Mumble because Mumble is fully open source. It's even theorized by some that Discord may have even been originally based off Mumble in some way. If the Star by Star Gaming Teamspeak server is ever shut down, I'm going to switch to self-hosted Mumble. A third option for voice chat would be Tox, which is closer to mixed media chat, but still focuses on voice. Tox was always intended to be an actual open source and secure alternative to Skype. Tox is great for person-to-person voice calls, but there are still a few privacy concerns. Because Tox is peer-to-peer, the person you're talking to will always know your IP address. In UDP mode, Tox uses a massive amount of bandwidth since your client is part of the peer swarm that allows other people to securely find each other. This can be turned off, but that means you're forced to use possibly compromised relay servers instead. Mobile clients are also a weak point. Most have horrid UI and require a constant connection running if you want to receive calls while not actively using the software. I would say Tox is generally fine to use, but only with close friends who you have contact with outside of Tox. One more alternative to consider is just using Steam. Steam has had voice chat and group voice chat for as long as I can remember, and it was always pretty good. When the Friends UI update came out and Steam added some MMC style features, it also brought text channels and voice channels into Steam group chats. A Steam group chat is now basically a cleaner version of a Discord server, although this has led to the most disgusting newspeak word I've ever heard: Steam scored. Yuck! I think Valve is reasonably trustworthy with privacy. While it's not possible to prove they don't sell the vast amounts of personal info that Steam collects, do you really think Valve needs that extra income? The CSGO item marketplace alone makes more money for Valve in a single day than some game studios make in a year. Valve is also privately owned, so they can just take losses and do things that are not 100% focused on profits. On to more non-voice focused clients, there's Telegram. Telegram might as well just be Discord Lite. Telegram has some of the same venture capital investors as Discord, and has pretty much no way of making money besides mass data collection. Though I like Telegram because it isn't claiming it's something that it's not, like many other messaging programs who advertise that they're secure and privacy-based, when in reality they are anything but that. If you just assume everything you send via Telegram is public, can get around some of the major UI annoyances and the Discord-like cultures within many groups, then Telegram is an okay solution if you have friends who use it. But I suggest avoiding large public group chats, as it once again brings in many of the issues that Discord has. Telegram's voice chat is decent for quick one-on-one calls, especially if you're mobile, but I wouldn't use it for the sitting and voice chat with your friend all day use case. Matrix sounds good from the outside, till you find out it was created by the corporation Amdocs, which is probably linked with certain foreign intelligence agencies and has a history of alleged wiretapping and mass phone metadata collection. Sure, Matrix is encrypted, but I simply don't trust it. I probably wouldn't run the server software on my own hardware unless I wrote my own implementation and fully understood the entire protocol. Who is to say there isn't some exploit that would allow an attacker to gain control over the computer the server software is running on? The main Matrix desktop client is based on Electron just like Discord, so it also shares the inherent security issues that come from its use. There are of course plenty of alternative clients for Matrix, but there are also alternative clients for Discord. Best case scenario with Matrix is metadata leaks, worst case is the whole thing is fully backdoored. I would avoid it unless you treat it the same way as Telegram or Discord, even if you're self-hosting. Wire, Signal, Keybase, and the likes all share significant and similar issues that Telegram, Matrix, and Discord have, and shouldn't even be considered secure, regardless of their advertising efforts. Usually when something's main selling point is that it's privacy-focused, then it is probably selling your data anonymously. There is one chat system that isn't totally crap though, good old time-tested XMPP. Recently, XMPP is becoming more MMC focused. Things like offline messaging and media sharing are becoming implemented into the protocol and clients. If you need security, then ideally you should always use a self-hosted XMPP server that uses self-signed certificates. XMPP can work great for one-on-one and small group chats. For standard instant messaging, there is pretty much no better all-around choice than XMPP, though the client you choose is a major factor in determining how functional XMPP will be for you. When it comes to large group random user text chat, I would still consider IRC to be the superior choice. But IRC is also trying to become small group MMC focused as of lately. IRC isn't without downsides of its own. Client exploits, no default encryption, stupid ways of registering nicknames on servers, annoying and entitled users/mods. The list goes on, but there really isn't a more perfect solution to hop on and talk to random people in a chat room than IRC. For privacy and security, you should also host your own server just like XMPP, though the people you're talking to are really the main security concern with IRC. Avoid public channel hosts like LibreChat, especially that one, and Freenode. Self-hosting is essential to stop online mega monopolies from forming. I don't think many people even consider Discord to be a truly viable option for structured teams, but if you absolutely need a team-focused mixed media chat system like Microsoft Teams or Slack, then Zulip is a half-decent choice. Zulip is fully open source and has been around since 2012. There are a few downsides. The desktop client is once again based off of Electron, and the server configuration is somewhat complex. If you don't self-host, then all your messages will be accessible to the server operator. Luckily, self-hosting with a self-signed certificate is doable. So that's pretty much a comprehensive list of voice and text and MMC chat systems. Everything else I've either never heard of, is shit, has their own / the exact same issues as Discord, Nextcloud, Mattermost, Jitsi, Rocket Chat, Line, WeChat, Slack, WhatsApp, etc., or is more or less non-functional. Ventrilo, for example, doesn't even have downloads for the server software available anymore. I hope this video will give you a few ideas as to what you should use, but to quickly summarize everything, set up your own XMPP server with a self-signed certificate and use Mumble for voice chat. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I do in fact have one more Discord video coming next week, but this one will be a little more lighthearted.